Okay. I'm live right now. Today is day 31, trying to make $1 million, bro. There are only 334 days left to make $1 million. So, right now I have 114 subscribers, bro. And I need at least 10,000 subscribers for the next month. And I'm really tired. It's midnight right now, so I really want to sleep. But I know what I need to do to make $1 million. So I need to do some hard things to get that $1 million, bro. That's the reality. I need to go live every single day without failing, even if it's hard, even if I want to sleep. I need to go live is the most important thing. And today I will share the screen in 3, 2, 1. Da, 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 go. Boom. I choose 3 videos. One for my YouTube channel because I need to make money because the only thing I have right now is $1. The second thing is how to do a market research because I want to start a shoe brand. So I need to do a market research. And the third video is the science of building a premium brand. And this this is about all my personal includes my personal brand, the shoe brand, and all other projects that I want to start, bro. I need to create a premium brand. We already watched a video. We watched a video about how to create a premium brand, but I think that I need more information. One of the important things is the association, what people associate your brand with. Probably with cars, with a football player, with a tennis player, or something like that. The associations are very important, bro. But I need more information, so I choose 3 videos. And let's start with this video by Alex Ormosi. I have a small YouTube channel. How do I make money? This is my case. I only have 114 subscribers. Today, January 31st, 2026. So, how do I make money? Because right now I need money in order to start that shoe brand. Let's start with this video and let's watch the video and discuss about the topics of this video.
Small YouTube channel, like really small, and I just don't know where to go other than just make more content.
What do you
And
sell?
I've watched y'all stuff. And I don't have anything to sell. That
What do you
was my
make
other
YouTube
question.
about?
Should I have a product? What was that?
What's the YouTube about?
It's hunting, fishing, outdoors. I'm an outdoorsman.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. And how many subscribers? Do you have or views do you get a month?
So I've got 2,000 subscribers,
Okay.
and in the last 28 days, I've gotten almost 250,000 views, mostly
Nice.
from shorts. I haven't posted any longs yet.
Okay. All right.
I posted
What do you
some
do to
long-
make money?
Yeah, how do you live?
I have a job. I work 40 hours a week.
What do you like? What do you do
Really
though?
Put the damn around. I make lawnmower parts.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Okay. I think you're early.
Este cubo puede ser tu negocio de conocimiento ahora mismo. Si eres un coach, consultor y tienes un negocio de...
Oh, my microphone was turned off. I was saying that please take notes. Taking notes is one of the most important things, and if you take notes, probably you will be the next person who make $1 million, bro. Who knows? Because I'm learning from this guy that had a call with Alex Hormozzi, so I learned from this guy and Hormozzi, and you can learn from me and this video. And in the future, you probably will do $1 million. Who knows? You only need to learn and apply. Learn and apply.
I think you're early. So I do think that you should start making some longs, because longs is what's going to depthen your kind of influence with the audience. You want to demonstrate more expertise around hunting. And if you're like, I don't know how to do that, just take 3 or 4
Wait.
longs, because longs is what's going to depth. I think you're early. I think you're early. So I do think that you should start making some longs, because longs is what's going to depthen your kind of influence with the audience. You want to demonstrate more expertise around hunting. And if you're like, I don't know how to do that, just take 3 or 4 short concepts that were good and just loop them together. Not literally loop them together. Just make a video that covers each of those concepts in tandem, and work your way to a 5 or 8 or 10 minute video. And I would start doing that. I think you're early, dude.
Okay.
Giving
So just
free value.
basically just do more.
Yeah, and do better too. You know what I mean? Like, I think you got to learn a little bit more about the content game. Yeah.
I would say, like, what right now, are you spending all of your time making content for YouTube outside of work?
Okay, your content needs 3 main points. Entertain people. In order to improve your content, you need 3 things. I learned that from a guy called Guille Collado, and he was saying that you need 3 things in order to do good content. First, your content needs to be in one of these 3 categories: entertain people, teach people a skill, ability, or like learning, that people could learn something with your content. Entertain, learning, or the last thing was I don't remember their one. I'm sorry.
Just about, yes.
Yeah, and how long have you
Every
been doing
minute
it?
I can
But you
say.
need to entertain people or give free value, bro. Right now I'm trying to give free value, but right now I'm only making shorts and uploading shorts about this whole project and how is it going. But for the next month I will create more content about business and giving more free value to people. I want to give more free value.
I do, yes.
No, you're good.
How long have you been doing it?
So I started the channel several years ago and kind of got very, very inconsistent. And then I About 2 months ago, I decided to really get after it.
Okay. Well, okay. I think that we can both tell you this, which is like YouTube is a game of consistency.
Yeah.
Like that's how the platform works. So I think the biggest thing that you can do right now is just be consistent. Because if you look at like how to go from just like
Point number 1, I think that probably will be free value. Point number 2, be consistent. That's why I go live even when I fell asleep, because I really want to sleep, bro. But I know that I need to go live every single day and post every single day in order to get the results I want. Because remember, one of the important lessons that we learned from Dan Martel was, let me check. We learned an important lesson from Dan Martel. Sweet. Let me check, guys. Let me check. You can complain about outcomes for the work you didn't do. Wow, bro. That was a lesson from Dan Martel. A lesson from Dan Martel was, I will say it again. You can't complain about the outcomes for the work you didn't do. That's why I go live, bro. Every single day without failing.
okay or mediocre to just like good, solid, it's consistency. And then if you want to get to like great, it's like continued improvement while being consistent. So I guess the question is, how many shorts and how many longs do you commit to making per week?
So, at one point I was doing one a day, and it was great, but I'm kind of back down to like 3 to 4 a week.
You mean for the shorts, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, you do have to do more and you have to do it consistently. And I would just tell you that, like, right now, you're not like, just for your own self, do not consider yourself having done this for years. You've been doing it for 8 weeks.
Yes.
So you're super early, man.
Yeah.
You're super early.
Okay.
So I wouldn't even think about
I need
monetizing
to
it
be
right.
consistent. Post every single day and go live every single day. And also I will post a long format video. I need to try to post a long format video once a week, bro. That's my new goal. Post a long format video once a week, but it's very hard, bro, because I'm trying to post a long format video, but requires a lot of edition because I do like a film and I want to give you the best content possible. So it's very hard, but I will try. For the next week, my goal is to post the new long format video. That's my goal for the next week.
Now, like, you just want to take 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Your 5 to 9, beginning a day, end a day, and I put all of that into making sure, no matter what, I get out one short a day, and then on my weekends, I'm going to make sure that I get at least one long out.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your goal?
You need to be organized, bro. You need to make the things in order, bro. So okay. So in order to do that, I need to organize. So first, my task to make. Okay. Task 1. I will record shorts during the week. And on weekends, record and edit long format videos. I think that my problem is organization. So my task for the next weeks, the next months is to record during the week the shorts, and on weekends record and edit long format videos.
More question.
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus. And this is your brain when you're in the zone. But get
What's my goal?
Yeah. Do you want to quit your job? Do you want to build a company?
Yes, I believe if I can just replace my income from my job with this, then I could scale it up. And I guess my number would be about 10 grand a month.
Okay.
Would
Can I
be
ask you
like
something if you
ideal
can be
mind
super
blowing
honest?
rate.
Okay, in this moment, what's my main priority? My main priority is post one video per day. And my second priority is to post the long format video. But okay, if we don't take that part of post every single day and go live every single day, if we take only the part that I need to make long format videos, that's my main priority. Make long format videos. I need to I need to prioritize long format videos right now. Probably that's my problem. That's the problem, that I only make short format videos, shorts. I only upload YouTube shorts, and I need to upload long format videos, bro. Probably that's my
What
problem.
stops you from making one video a day like you were? Like what behavior?
Okay, that's a question for me as well.
Making one video a day like you were? Like what behavior?
Wait.
Can I ask you
Like
something if you
ideal
can be
mind
super
blowing
honest?
rate. Mhm.
What stops you from making one video a day like you were? Like what behavior?
Mostly just life gets in the way, or I get to talking and
Probably, in my case, laziness. I need to be honest, laziness probably is my case, because I have 24 hours to create content, so I need to prioritize the content, bro, right now. That's number 3 for me. I need to create more content, and laziness is not an excuse, bro. So I need to be honest.
to somebody, and then sun goes down, and now I'm out of daylight.
So if you want to ask yourself how to be consistent, the question is how do you stop the things from occurring that make you inconsistent?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, do you have the right people surrounding you? Do you have yourself in the right environment? Like, those are the things that I think you want to be thinking about right now. Because I know, like, for myself or for Alex, when we were first starting out and like just trying to get into business, I had to put myself in an environment where it made it easy to achieve my goals, not hard. Which also meant surrounding myself with people.
Okay, that's important. Lesson number 3. Make easy to achieve your goals. And this also, I think that this also depends on the environment. So environment.
Alex, when we were first starting out and like just trying to get into business, I had to put myself in an environment where it made it easy to achieve my goals, not hard, which also meant surrounding myself with people and a routine
that make easy to achieve your goals.
where it made it easy to achieve my goals, not hard. Get into business, I had to put myself in an environment where it made it easy to achieve my goals, not hard, which also meant surrounding myself with people and a routine that made it easy.
Okay.
Do you know how I define commitment?
How?
The elimination of alternatives. You have to get rid of your other options. And I don't mean like you need to quit your job. I mean, everything else that is not you if this is what you want, and that's like, you can only know that. But if this is really what you want, then it means that you have to say no to everything else in order to truly say yes to this. Because every time you say yes to something else, it's saying no to this thing that you want.
That's what.
And almost always the things that we want to say yes to now are short-term, long-term. We say yes in the moment because it gives us a short-term good thing, but it prevents us from the long-term great thing.
And I think that's also a lesson from Dan Martel that we watched in my past stream and a previous stream. That Dan Martel said, you need to make it easy to achieve your goals. I think. I'm not sure.
Okay. So I was also thinking, should I post on Instagram, Facebook as well?
I want you to be
So wait, I not only want to learn, I want to apply. So how I'll do that? How I'll do that? Probably I need to say goodbye to dumb scrolling, say goodbye to Netflix, say goodbye to other things that distract me from my main goal, that is creating content. Because I'm going to do this for an entire year, bro. I'm all in. So I need to focus only on content. That's how I make easy to win, bro. Probably you need to delete an app or go to the gym every single day in order to create an habit. That's how you can make easy to achieve your goals. You need to make easy the things you want. You get easy access, make easy to achieve your goals, bro.
consistent with YouTube first, man.
All right.
Give me 12 weeks of consistency. You make one long and you make 7 shorts 12 weeks in a row. You do that and you're like, you know what, I got more. So the thing is just right now, you have to do that volume so you can become more efficient. Like you have to feel the pain of the inefficiency of being like, man, this is a lot of work. Because when you do that, all of a sudden you'll start getting faster, you start getting better, and your work output and capacity will go up.
Esto es algo que en definitiva en Facebook Ads no se puede hacer, pero en YouTube Ads sí.
Okay. Let's continue.
And then you'll free up the bandwidth because you got more skills, you got more efficient, that you can start looking at, you know what, I'm going to repurpose this on Instagram or repurpose this on TikTok or whatever.
Okay.
It's
All
also
right.
like just like really thinking about this. In order to build a business to replace your income, like you want to build that confidence, and confidence is an output, not an input. The input to confidence is becoming incredibly consistent with something, so you get the experience, which makes you competent, and then it leads to confidence. And I think, like in general, if you can't stick with a commitment that you make to yourself, then you degrade the trust you have with yourself every day. And so like anything you do, it's not going to come out as good as it could be. It's always going to be harder. It's going to take longer if you don't repair that trust with yourself. So I think like right now, if you're just consistent with the posting, like that is going to make you not just better at business and content, but just a better person for yourself. A better, I would say, like partner to yourself in doing this.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of funny because I was watching one of Alex's videos where he was talking about consistency and how you get better by doing the thing over and over again. So I started doing that, and I've already noticed that trend. Cool.
I think right now it's good to steer a little bit. Like I get obsessive over doing things consistently. Alex knows this, but I think you can steer a little bit in the obsessive direction right now. I think it'd be good for you, and then you can course correct that later.
And expect expect people who are normal and around you to not understand. Expect them to think it's weird. Expect it to not look cool. Like everyone goes through a cringe period. Like it's going to be lonely.
Right now, yeah, I'm in my cringe period, bro. I'm in my cringe period, I think, because I upload videos that no one watch. So probably I'm in my cringe period and I make stupid things. I make a stupid dance in my videos, like, or stupid face, like. Probably this is my cringe period, but I know that I need this cringe period in order to get my prime period.
Because you're trying to do something that's very different. And I make that content where I say, like, in order to be exceptional, you have to become the exception. You're going to probably be surrounded by the majority of people.
Wait.
Content where I say, like, in order to be exceptional, you have to become the exception. You're going to...
Wait. That's important. In order to become exceptional, you have to become the exception. Perfect.
You'll probably be surrounded by the majority of people in your life who don't want this, aren't interested in it, think it's dumb, think it's stupid, think it's you trying to be famous, you thinking more of yourself than you really are, all of that stuff. And you just have to just put that on the shelf and get back to work. Because like either they'll be right or you will, and you've got a long time to be right.
That's kind of what I was. All right, thank you.
Yeah, they'll be right for now, and you'll be right for good.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Yes, sir. So just keep on.
Keep on, baby. Keep on.
Before I start this other video, the main points were first, free value. You need to give free value. Second, you need to be consistent. Third, make easy to achieve your goals. Okay, and my tasks are record short. My task is to organize myself, bro. That's what I need to do. Organize myself.
If you want to start a new business, launch a new offer, or grow your existing business in order to take your sales to the next level,
I want to launch a new business. I want to start my shoe brand. So I need to know how to do a market research.
then you need to know what's going on in your market, and that means market research. The problem is that 90% of businesses are doing market research wrong, with the other 10% of businesses not even doing it at all, which leads to ineffective marketing campaigns, bad results, and an overall waste of time and money and energy, sitting there wondering why nothing seems to be working. But I don't blame them. After all, just the term market research sounds confusing and boring and time-consuming and expensive. I mean, can't you just skip the market research part and figure it all out as you go? No. You see, market research is one of the most important elements of any marketing campaign, whether we're talking about social media, or content marketing, or video, or email, or anything at all. But like all things in business and in marketing, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. The wrong way is doing market research using old school and outdated and often incredibly ineffective techniques, like running focus groups, which are
I
often
already watched a video about market research, and let me check my notes. Let me check. Market research. I need I need those papers that you put in a page and you can find easily where you write the specific thing. I need to buy those papers. I don't remember the name of that product, but I think that I need that type of paper in order to find my specific things in my notes, because I take a lot of notes and I don't find. Okay, no matter, I didn't find it.
Very expensive, hard to get in-depth data from, and are prone to moderator bias. This is where the person running the group either intentionally or inadvertently injects their own opinions and sways the direction of the group based on the questions and how they ask them. So Adam, what do you think of our new drink? Yeah, it's okay, I guess. So let me ask you then, would you rather drink our new drink or be submerged in molten hot lava and burned alive? I'm sorry, what? Surveys are another traditional option, but they require careful wording of the questions and even more careful interpretation of the results back. Simply rephrasing a question from a positive to a negative can completely alter the outcome and the results that you get. Not to mention leading questions like, how awesome is our hardworking customer service team, that can skew the responses before the respondent has even had a chance to think, much less respond. Question order and even the description used to talk about the survey can unconsciously prime a respondent in order to give certain answers depending on how it's worded and how it's presented. And don't even get me started on trying to read through case studies and white papers and research reports, most of which are far too academic and theoretical to actually work in the real world. And even if you do manage to decipher some of the more complicated language, well, many of the results are outdated the second they're published, especially in faster changing industries and markets. If I'm making this sound bad, it's because it is. But the good news is that there is a better way, a faster way, an easier way. You see, there are 3 things you need to know in order for your market research to actually be useful. First, you need to identify who are the kind of people that you want to attract and
Okay, the avatar. Okay.
to sell to. This includes their demographic details, their geographic details, and their psychographic details, so more on that in just a minute. Next, you need to understand and try to clarify what they say they want. This is important because it's going to influence. You need to understand
The last time we watched a video about market research, we learned that we need to have an avatar, bro. But what are the specific questions for the avatar? In this specific video, I need to take that specific questions.
Kind of people that you want to attract and to sell to. This includes their demographic details.
A. Demographic detail. Because a lot of people, I guess that learn from this video and try to create an avatar. How do you create the avatar? You need the specific questions. First, demographic detail.
Their geographic details and their psychographic details. So more on
And psychographic details. Okay, task for me. I need this information for Monday. Okay. And wait a minute. I need this! And if you watch the previous streams, you already know what this is. It's the Sharpie, the magic Sharpie. That helps me a lot, bro.
that in just a minute. Next, you need to understand and try to clarify what they say they want. This is important.
would they say they want? Okay. For Monday. I will put this on my, oh damn. Oh damn. I have a problem with this pen, bro. I must change it, but okay. Let me show you. This is what happened. Oh, bro. Okay, I will write it again. For Monday. Okay, for Monday.
Because it's going to influence the marketing and the language and the copy that you use in your campaigns. But it's not the whole.
I also will put that on my Google Calendar. Notion calendar is the same. But because I need to organize myself in order to get that $1 million. If I want $1 million, I need to organize myself. Okay, for Monday. I will put that on my Notion calendar. I use Notion calendar because it's very easy to organize yourself. So it's similar to Google Calendar, you know? Market research. For Monday, I need to do the market research.
Picture, because the next thing that you need to find out is what they actually buy. As the old saying goes, talk is cheap. So simply asking someone if they would buy something is completely different than putting that thing in front of them and asking them to hand over their wallet or their credit card or their hard-earned cash in order to actually make that sale. And this is why you need to not just look at what people say, but more importantly, what they actually do. Of course, for all of this to work and to make any sense at all, we first need to identify who these people are. So let's start there with a simple market research framework that I've been using for over 10 years now. That always gets the job done. The simple 5-question market research framework I use to help keep me on track is the who, what, when, where, why framework. And to help me remember, I wrote a little
Very helpful, bro, because in the previous video that not in the previous but one of the past videos we watched, we learned that we need an avatar, but how do we find that avatar?
market research jingle.
Who, what, when, where, why? I ask these questions so my business doesn't die.
See, at each stage, I'm asking who is my market? Not just who I think they are, but who are the people that are actually
Wait a minute.
the best fit for my business and offer. If it's a brand new offer, I'll look at my competitors and their ads to see who they're targeting and what their messaging and offers look like. I'll show you how to do this in just a minute. And to see who they're targeting and what their
the avatar.
messaging and offers look like. I'll show you how to do this in just a minute. And if I'm launching a new offer to my existing market, then I'll identify the top 20% of my customers and look for similarities in the following 3 categories. First, demographic details like their age and gender and income and occupation and
But they
think they are, but who are the people? Each stage, I'm 5-question market research framework I use to help keep me on track is the who, what, when, where, why framework. And
wait, what? Who, what, when, where, why? Let me take notes about that. Who, what, when, where, why, framework. Okay, perfect.
To help me remember, I wrote a little market research jingle.
Who, what, when, where, why? I ask these questions so my business doesn't die.
See, at each stage, I'm asking who is
The avatar. We need to know who.
my market. Not just who I think they are, but who are the people that are actually the best fit for my business and offer. If it's a brand new offer, I'll look at my competitors and their ads to see who they're targeting and what their messaging and offers look like. I'll show you how to do this in just a minute. And if I'm launching a new offer to my existing market, then I'll identify the top 20% of my customers and look for similarities in the following 3 categories. First, demographic details, like their age and gender and income and occupation and things like that. Next, their geographic details, like what city or state or province or country they live in, like that. Next, their geographic details. Like their age and gender, and income and occupation and things like that. Next, their geographic details, like what city or state or province or country they live in. Then finally, their psychographic details, like what are their values and attitudes and beliefs. Country they live in. Then finally, their psychographic.
Okay, 3 points for who. Demographic, geographic, and psychographic.
Details, like what are their values and attitudes and beliefs and lifestyles. Next, I ask what. What are their miracles and their miseries? Their miracles are all of their wants and dreams and goals and desires and everything. Their miracles.
Okay, that's the who. Then the what.
And their miseries. Their miracles are all of their wants and dreams and goals and desires and everything they're hoping to obtain, and their miseries are all of their fears and frustrations, dreams and goals and what? What are their miracles and their miseries? Their miracles are all of their wants and dreams and goals and desires and everything they're hoping to obtain, and their miseries are all of their fears and frustrations and goals and desires and everything they're hoping to obtain, and their miseries are all of their fears and frustrations and pains and problems and all the things they're trying to get away from, like dinosaurs. Then I ask when, and this helps keep me focused on my ideal
Okay, perfect.
customers. First, I try to see if I can find any life events that may alter or influence their buying decisions. Things like see if I can find any life events that may alter or influence their buying decisions. Things like getting married or getting divorced, having a new kid, getting a new job, or moving to a new city. I also try to take a look at what's going on in their day-to-day lives and how this may influence when and
But
where
how do you know they win? Where do you find all this data?
they consume different kinds of content or make buying decisions. For example, someone working a traditional 9-to-5 job has a very different schedule than, say,
I
a
understand how you can find the what and the who, but how do you find the data about the when?
stay-at-home parent or a home entrepreneur, and all of these factors need to be considered. Then I ask where, as in where are they present and active, online and offline? Where do they spend their time reading? Where, as in where are they present and active, online and offline? Where do they spend their time reading and watching and socializing and engaging? A quick Google search for a term like social media demographics will show you what kind of people are using what social media platforms, which is going to give you a huge advantage over your competitors and will make sure that you're creating content in the right places. After the when, I think of why, and this is where I'll look at the deeper drive. Online and job has a very different schedule than, say, a stay-at-home parent or a home entrepreneur, and all of these factors need to be considered. Then I ask where, as in where are they present and active, online and offline? Where do they spend their time reading and watching and socializing and engaging? A quick Google search for a term like social media demographics will show you what kind of people are using what social media platforms, which is going to give you a huge advantage over your competitors and will make sure that you're creating content in the right places. After the when, I think of why, and this is where I'll look at the deeper drives and the motivations behind why someone would benefit from my offer, and ask questions like, what are the benefits?
Wait. Why?
That they're hoping to behind why someone would benefit from my offer, and ask questions like, what are the
You can get all this data with forms. Google Forms are a very good way to find all this data. You give your customers a lead magnet and then you get all this data with a form. A tip for you guys. Questions. Perfect.
benefits that they're hoping to get out of this, and why are these benefits important to them in the first place? Now I appreciate this is a lot to think about, especially if this is your first time working through something like this, but it's things like this that really separate the amateurs from the pros and can mean the difference between marketing that connects and marketing that just gets ignored. So now that we've got that covered, next we need to uncover what they say they want, and for that there's no better place to turn than to the search engines. The best way to find out what people say they want.
Okay, we have the who, the what, the when, and the why. Who, what, when, where, why. Who, what, when, where, why.
Is to take a look at what they're actually searching for, and there's no better place to do that than with our trusty old friend Google. And if you're feeling extra ambitious, then a little bit of extra help from Google Ads Keyword Planner goes a long way too. But let's start with Google first. For this example, I wanted to use something completely random and obscure to show you how this market research can work for pretty much just about anything. So I chose sock knitting. As a side note, little did I know how not random and not obscure this niche actually was. Turns out that sock knitting is a pretty big industry, but you'll learn more about that as we go on. So step 1, head over to Google and type in your main keyword. For me, this was obviously sock knitting. And then take a look at all of the auto suggestions that pop up after your main keyword. In this case, I can see that we've got terms like sock knitting machine and pattern and needles and machine for sale and kit, loom and size chart books.
In my case, probably is running shoes. Running shoes Adidas, running shoes brands, running shoes reviews, running shoes Nike, running shoes sales, running shoes guru, running shoes guru, running shoes for women, running shoes for men. Okay.
Antique, things like that. How relevant some of these terms are is obviously going to depend on whether your sock knitting business is more product or service based, but still a pretty good start. And if I find a suggestion that I find particularly relevant, I just have to keep typing to get even more suggestions. For example, if I decide to type in sock knitting pattern, I can see all of the suggestions that Google's offering based on
Okay, right now I need to be specific and very niche because riches are in the niches. So I have running shoes for who? Probably for men or women or probably for robots in the future. Probably the robots will use shoes. Who knows? Who knows? Probably would be very funny, bro. A robot using shoes and socks. Just imagine a robot with shoes. Interesting.
what other people have searched for. Things like patterns for beginners, and toe up, and PDF, and circular needles, and all sorts of other things. I have no idea what they mean, but I guess that's the point of market research after all. Now I could click on each of these terms individually in order to find out their overall search volume, but another faster, better, and certainly more thorough way of doing this is to use Google Ads Keyword Planner. So let's do that now. First, log into Google Ads and choose the Keyword Planner, and then click Discover New Keywords. Then just type in your search term. For me again, this is sock knitting, and I've chosen to select the US and Canada as my overall search pool. And then Google hands over a list of over 1,000 different keyword ideas, as well as their search volume and their competition that I can sort through and use to make further decisions. And apparently, I can see what people are searching for, I can see if there are trends and seasonality, I can check the overall competition, and apparently sock knitting is a pretty competitive industry. So that's what people say they want, but more importantly, what do they actually buy? And to find that out, all we need to do is head over to the world's largest online retailer, Amazon. One of the fastest, easiest, and best places to get ideas and relevant data on what people are actually buying is with Amazon. And the process that we're going to do here is going to look pretty similar to what we just did on Google. So the first step is to head over to Amazon, type in your search term, and see what comes up. Now the first thing that you can do is see what Amazon suggests in their autocomplete, which surprisingly looks kind of similar to Google. I mean, we've got terms like sock knitting machine and needles and book and loom and kit and so on. For now though, let's just stick with our main keyword of sock knitting and hit enter. The books and
key points in this part. What they say they want, you could use Google search, and what they actually buy, you can use Amazon search.
book titles will tell you the topics that people are most interested in. And because a book takes a lot longer to write than a blog post or social media post, the words they use in the title, the subtitle, and the descriptions are typically well thought out and designed to appeal to the target audience. The reviews are another great place to mine for data, looking at what people liked and didn't like about whatever they bought.
Okay, reviews.
Lastly, you can't see exactly how many units were sold of anything, but you can try to make a rough guess based on the number of reviews any single listing received. Another thing that you can do, depending on your business, your market, and your industry, is to take a look at your competitors and see what ads they're running. Now, this is going to be trickier for some industries, like sock knitting, than it is for others, like say health and fitness. But it's still important for you to know how to do this, so let me walk you through it now. First, head over to Facebook and type in the name of your industry or even one of your competitors. Now, I'll admit, it did take me a while to find a good knitting example, but I did finally find one for us to take a look at. The Facebook page is called We Are Knitters, and to see their ads, all you need to do is click over to their page, scroll down until you see the section called Page Transparency, and click See All. You can see that they're running ads, so click Go to Ad Library, and then all of their ads will appear before you, and you can do this with any and all of your competitors who are running ads on Facebook or on Instagram. What I like to do here is look through each ad, paying special attention to the ones that appear to show up again and again, as well as the ones that are closer to the bottom of the page, which indicates they've been running for the longest amount of time. In general, it's pretty safe to assume that the longer an ad's been running, the more profitable it is compared to other ads. After all, otherwise why would they continue to be running it? But that's not always the case, so make sure to do a little bit of due diligence. Of course, all of the market research in the world doesn't mean a thing if you don't have a solid marketing strategy to actually go out and apply it all. So to help you with that, I've linked up a video right here with some of my top marketing strategies, so make sure to check it out now, and I'll see you in the video. And when you're broad, you're boring, and everybody just ignores you, and you sound like 99.
Okay, thank you so much. This video was very helpful, so thank you so much. Right now I know what I need to do in order to make a good market research. And that's a task for Monday, because today I learned that I need to be more organized. So for Monday I need to already have the market research. I need to have the market research made for Monday. And probably, okay guys, right now okay, wait, wow, we learn a lot, but most important, we apply a lot. I'm trying to apply to all that I learned. Okay. 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 Market research. My task for the next week is to make the market research. No, for the next week, no. For the weekend is to do the market research and have that market research for Monday. So that's how I need. It's 12 o'clock right now. I'm really tired, so I'm gonna leave this video for tomorrow. Okay, that's all for today. That's all for today, guys. Okay, thank you so much for watching. 0 viewers today, no problem. A billion in the future. 114 subscribers. I will continue fighting, continue learning, and I know that a year from now I already have $1 million. I know that, bro. So I need to continue fighting. I won't give up. So I will continue learning. We are 114 subscribers. Thank you so much for believing in me and in this whole project called Living with That. Thank you so much for you guys. I appreciate a lot your support. Thank you so much. So I will continue tomorrow. That's all for today. And I will create that shoe brand, and I will have a 10,000 followers for the next month. That are my goals. Start a shoe brand, make that shoe brand a reality, and have 10,000 followers on every social media. 10,000 followers on TikTok, 10,000 followers on LinkedIn, 10,000 followers on YouTube, 10,000 followers on what else? On Instagram. That's my goal for the next month. So thank you so much for watching. See you on tomorrow's stream. And live to your fullest, guys, because you only have one life and one shot.